I think I'm getting acid refluxy. So we'll just have to deal with that through the rest of this video. This crafting with Rachel, it's a mess. That's fine. Okay. Okay. Should I just get my water bottle? No. Maybe. We'll find out together later. Hey, it's me! Definitely your favorite dungeon master that you've ever seen on the internet. Ever, forever, for reals. So it's crafting bonus action, and I thought I would craft for you. Well, I've already crafted it. Mostly, okay, so I am crafty, but I don't have any craft supplies currently in my home. Like, my crafting is more intellectual than physical, because it's like making up stories and stuff, right? But one thing that is physical that I'm kind of crafting is my body composition. Hey, what does that mean? It sounds like it's stupid words for weight loss journey. It is. You're right. It is stupid words for what amounts to a weight loss journey. Will weight be lost? Who knows? Because what I'm trying to do is turn the fat into muscle. And as you know, if you Google that, muscles, it's not that it's heavier than fat. Like, a pound of fat and a pound of muscle weigh the same. What? But a pound of muscle is a lot smaller than a pound of fat. And so we're trying to turn the fat into muscle, get our body to work right. I'm in a diabetes range, so I'm on Ozempic. It's like just into the range, so we're trying to get me out. Like, it's a whole thing. My body looks at glucose and goes, store it for winter. So now I'm taking medicine so that my body looks at glucose and is like, store it. And then the medicine comes in and it's like, hey babe, we can use this right now. And we're gonna, okay? Like, the storage is done. We've stored so much. Like, you could feed, it's a Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat after he was like with Pharaoh and then became a whole big guy, right? One thing that has really helped me with trying to stay on track with my goals, because I'll go through very good sprints of really being on it, and then I'll fall off for a month or a month and a half, or an injury will happen or something like that. But one thing that helps me really stay on target is creating a exercise journal. Bullet journals, you might have heard of them. If you Google it, you'll see a lot of stuff about it. There are people who make their bullet journals Pinterestly perfect journals and do all kinds of tracking and habit tracking and all kinds of stuff with them. That was a lot for me, just because I didn't do it every day, and drawing all the pictures didn't send me out. It just made me anxious about how bad my penmanship is. So I adjusted it to turn it into an exercise journal instead. This is all my stickers. Why did I forget these were on here? Look at my stickers. This is the brand that I use. Hopefully you can see it. Electrum 1917. You can find them on Amazon, which is really nice. And if you get the colors that aren't popular, they're cheaper. Pro tip, get the non-popular colors. And I like to get the ones that don't have lines, but instead just have dots, because I make little charts and stuff in mine, and having the dots is a lot more helpful for grid purposes versus lines and different things like that, because it just lets it be cleaner in my brain. One thing that I've learned with this is that what you have to do in order to make anything sustainable for yourself is make it 1, easy for yourself, 2, enjoyable, and 3, cut something out if it's not doing either of those things, which I think is part of the Atomic Habits mindset as well, if any of you guys are familiar with that. What I'll do for my workout journal is I create this first little page that's a little chart of months, and then I break out what I'm going to measure. So I usually have my weight in pounds, and then I'll measure my neck, chest, biceps. Sometimes it's left and right, sometimes it's just one. Again, that is dependent on how we're feeling on the day. waist, hips, thigh, and calf. Thigh and calf is also sometimes left, right, and sometimes just one. Again, it's dependent. Because if you're not feeling it, like, at least for measurements and stuff, if you're not feeling it, maybe don't do it. Or get yourself a friend who will sit there and shout encouraging things to you while you try and make whatever you're trying to make happen. Friends are really great for any journey. If you have one friend who's like, yeah, you can do it, it's a whole lot easier to do anything. So after I've got that page done, then I'll break down what I'm doing. So I found that instead of doing like a perpetual on and on forever thing, I really enjoyed doing 30-day challenges. 2 that I have been switching on and off between are the Yoga with Adrian challenges. She is also on YouTube. She's fantastic. All of her stuff is for free. And the Baroness challenges. So that is a girl who I found on TikTok. I think her handle is Books and Barbells, but she also calls herself the Baroness, and she has got a whole online community called the Valkyries. Is it based on A Court of Thorn and Roses, specifically the Court of Silver Flames? Yeah, it is. And is it a bunch of nerdy challenge workouts? Yes. Am I currently doing one called Bloodsucker? The Bloodsucker September workout? It's not September, but who cares? Yes. Is it based on famous vampire ladies in books? 100%. You better believe it. And it's a lot of fun. It is so much fun. What I'll do is I'll take out the page and I'll break it down into its 30 days, right? And so a thing that the Baroness does is she'll also break it down into like, if you reach a certain point, you become a different level of thing. So I just kind of applied that to my yoga ones as well. And then if I make it past a certain point, I will get myself a little treat. Like for the Bloodsucker one, it has taken me a while and I fell off for a month, but then I like jumped back in where I had left off, which was that a good idea? Not convinced. But I've just been doing as many as I can of the exercise reps and taking minute breaks in between each exercise so that I don't re-injure myself. I had injured myself, so I was doing a lot of PT and stuff to sort of get back on the horse. And now we're back on the horse. Woo! But I recently just finished the Dampier level, so I'm allowed to get myself a little treat. And my little treats are like household items that I need and would like to have and like will eventually buy anyway. But I use this as my excuse to maybe get them a little bit sooner. And I also really love tattoos. So when I finish 2 of these challenges that I fell off on, because I was trying to do the Bloodsucker challenge and my yoga challenge at the same time, and then I hurt myself. Wonder why. Once I finish up those 2 challenges, I'm gonna treat myself with a tattoo. And I'm not sure what kind of tattoo yet. So if you have any ideas and you're like very invested in this, comment below. Or if you know me personally, text me. Love you. Slide into my DMs. Slide into Unfinished Business DMs on Instagram. Once I've got my little chart set up, then I break it down by day. This is a little messy. I do understand that, and hopefully you can see it. But so I generally separate the page into 2 parts and can get 2 days on a page. And I make my little warm-up. So I write down what I'm going to do for my warm-up. And then I create this table here. And in the table, I've got my exercises spaced out. And then I usually leave these blank. So as you can see, this is how the setup goes. So we've got ourselves pre-planned, and I'll do this for all 30 days. And so this way I've got the entire challenge set up for myself, and I don't need to keep doing things daily. All that I have to do when I complete a day of exercises is go back to my little chart, and then I color in the day because coloring is fun and satisfying. You can see here I try to get fancy with the words and it looks like garbage, and that's fine. It usually does. It usually does. But since this is usually just for me, I don't care too much. After I do the bloodsucker and the other yoga challenge, I have another yoga challenge for myself, and then I have Knife Wife is the next one that I'm doing. That's another Baroness one that's focused on fantasy ladies who use knives. And for that one, I had written out all of the 30 days ahead of time, and then realized that she built in recovery days into this challenge, which she does not have in the bloodsucker challenge. So I sort of just like take recovery days when I know that I need them. The listen to your body method. So I just had to like cross out a bunch of days for this, but that's okay. That's okay. And if I had one of those rigs to like hold my phone over the notebook so that I could record and draw at the same time, I would show you the step-by-step drawing process of this. But we don't have those things here at my house. I don't have any cool equipment yet. So buy me a coffee, okay? Help me get some equipment. Help me get the phone rig so that you can see me do my little journal. For me, this sort of exercise journey, this ongoing exercise journey, has been a lot about how to make doing my workouts as easy as possible. And that has meant a lot of eliminating steps to getting me to start the workout. So like, what are the steps? Oh, I don't know what I'm doing. So I pre-plan with my whole journal, which is, I want to say I'm 3 or 4 challenges out, like as far as planning goes. So I've got the next 3 to 4 months all in that journal, so that I don't have to worry about, oh, what am I doing next? I don't know, I'll do nothing. Even though sometimes I do choose nothing. And another thing that's good to prep is setting your clothes out. That is a very simple thing that can really be a game changer. Because if the clothes are already set out or they're already packed in your backpack from the night before, it is easier to get yourself to go to the gym or put them on or do whatever. Pro tip. If you hate the gym, I hate the gym. Except I went with my friend recently and it was so much better. Going with a friend makes it so much better. But if you dislike the gym and you work out at home and you are by yourself and you have curtains that can close or keep them open, I don't know, do you, man? Exercising without a bra in just a cami tank top or clothes that you feel like are garbage and would fall off your body at the gym and make you feel embarrassed, work out in those at home, because baby, boy do I love not wearing a sports bra when I work out at my house. This is maybe TMI, but it's really, really just very freeing and nice and wonderful to sort of wear what you want, do your exercises, take as much time as you need, figure out the time of day that works for you, and, take a little shower when you're done. Or don't. I'm not going to tell on anybody. So yeah. And I guess if you have any questions about the Baroness workouts or Yoga with Adrian stuff, hit us up in the comments, and I can share her Instagram with you guys at the very least, Instagram and TikTok. She's on both, not as the Baroness, but if you look up the Baroness workouts or Baroness nerd workouts, you should be able to find her. I don't think she's difficult to find. She also does a thing called the Persephone Project, which is kind of cute. But yeah, enjoy. Go forth, conquer, craft the body that you desire. Remember, you're champions, you're scholars, and you have great boobs. Goodbye.